For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. My name is Paul Dingeman, and I am out from behind the chair and the desk because we've got a really special open for this show. Treese Hawkins is with me, and Treese, you have had a meeting last at the City Council a week ago, this last Monday, and you had some pretty exciting news.
Yes, we had some news about Kelcha Park and a donation that we received from Cargill that we've been working on really almost the full year or more. So, but it was the actual presentation was made at the City Council meeting.
And it was a small little check for
$300,000.
$300,000, just amazing, from a company that's been with us for a long time. Lee Westrick, welcome to the Focus Show, and congratulations from Cargill. I mean, you guys have done many, many things for the city of St. Clair over the years. Great history from Diamond Crystal on through Azult and then up to you guys. A wonderful company. Talk to me about Cargill and talk to me about this donation.
Well, Cargill is the largest privately owned company in the world. We have over 160,000 employees in 80 countries. Locally, we have a Cargill Cares committee that works to make sure that we take in requests and process grant requests throughout the St. Clair County. So we always look for opportunities where we can help out either in the food, environmental, community, or education peers. And obviously this fell into the community aspect for our team to look at. So we were very excited when the request came through. As Tree said, we were working through a number of meetings and both internally and also with our Cargill corporate folks to achieve this moment where we can actually present a check on your behalf.
There's a great connection because, as I alluded to, Diamond Crystal started in the 1800s and then became, a great community leader. And then Cargill and Diamond Crystal and Cargill, all of them have always been involved. But Joe Kelcha did the same thing. He was involved in community, and he built that little league.
Yeah, so Cargill Cares Committee has, again, we've infused, I think last year we had something around the neighborhood of about $165,000 that we put into the community in different aspects.
Wonderful.
And this year I think we will certainly exceed that by somewhere around $235,000,
wow.
I think.
Wow.
So obviously with the value of the check that we're presenting today. So
where else are you working this year?
Well, so we look at all the food pantries. We look at Council on Aging. We look at Meals on Wheels. We look at a number of different opportunities for robotics and healthcare and the coupons for the elderly up in Port Huron. So the what they call Senior Project Fresh. So we look at all those programs to infuse them, and also into the local police department too, as far as trying to support some initiatives that they have as well.
Couple things. Cargill has been with us for a long time. You've got a big addition going on. What's that addition for?
Well, so we're looking to increase our volume as far as overall production, our tonnage as far as what we produce, where we produce it, how we hold it, and how we distribute it within the plant. So it's going to help us improve in the longevity of the plant and keep the plant running for many more years to come.
Well, I remember a story that we covered, CTV, and you'll maybe help me on how many years ago it was. But there was a big celebration where we had steak dinners and steak lunches because it had been to the point where the corporate had said, we're going to close this place. It's not any good. And then the employees got together, made the plant very successful. Corporate came back and said, we're going to keep this plant.
Well, I know that it's always fondly known to us as the Diamond, and it always will be the Diamond. It's gone through AXO and then on through Cargill's leadership now. Cargill's done a great job infusing millions of dollars into that plant to bring its safety culture to the front, to ensure that we're servicing our customers to the best of their ability. And really, we just Cargill's made the plant overall much, much safer and more profitable since we've taken it over.
Well, and the addition is a big 4-story addition. It's going to be completed probably in the spring?
We're looking not this spring. It'll probably be targeting somewhere towards middle of 25.
Wow.
Yep.
Well, it takes a long time, but it'll be good when it's done, right?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so you got along with you got Mr. Convoyer.
Sebastian, how you doing, Paul?
Sebastian, and what's your responsibility at the plant?
I am the facility manager here in St. Clair, so I basically oversee the operation of the plant.
And how long you been with Cargill?
Altogether, close to 10 years. So I left for a while, and I've been back since March 2020. So
Just can't get away from salt.
can't get away from salt. It's just
It's in your blood.
that's right.
And down on the other end of the check is Catherine.
Catherine DeYoung, Packaging and Processing Superintendent at the facility.
And how long you been with the plant?
About 6 years.
6 years. And
Yeah.
you think it's a great place to work?
Oh, it's one of the best places to work. It's a unique place. We're the only spot in the world that makes the Allburger Crystal, and it's right here in St. Clair, Michigan.
I love that. The only spot in the world.
Yes.
And where does that product go that we know?
Where doesn't it go? You actually can see it on our Meijer shelves now. Lots of the big customers that use it in their products. Fritos, McCormick, etc.
Okay. Did I read or hear that the new facility will add to a product called Cargill bake salt or kosher? Help me there.
So it will actually increase the volume that we hold for our baking salt, which is probably what you're referencing, Paul.
Yeah.
But as Kat mentioned, it's our Allburger cut that we're really primarily focused on. That's really our primary cut, and it helps us make more coarse, make more flour, make more flake, and help us produce the lines that the customers need. So
How many total employees in the plant here?
I think we have 165,
Okay, great. 24/7.
24/7, correct.
Okay. Therese Hawkins, talk to
Yes.
me about the Kelcha Park and where we're at
The
on
next
it.
step,
Yeah.
which is the exciting part, is the design of the splash. The one priority that we picked for this donation was the splash pad, development of the splash pad. So we're going to have some design meetings for our bid specifications. We can pick how many in-ground sprinklers we want, above ground, if we want to have it theme-based, if we want a custom spray area, and make it unique and custom to St. Clair.
You're
So-
about halfway home on the funding?
Yeah, yes. We received funding from Cargill, and I think last week we had a update on the park too. The Community Foundation of St. Clair County and St. Clair County Parks and Recreation Commission, and the city has dedicated some of their local funds too. But to fund the whole project, we do need to do a little bit more fundraising.
And how would people help you?
Everything right now is on our stclairrec.com website, or you can come into City Hall. We do have donor forms, so we can take donations at any time. So, and you might notice we're doing some prep work down at the park.
Oh.
We removed our the old or the original concession stand building.
Wow.
And that actually, if you look at our design, that's where the picnic pavilion is scheduled to be there. And so you might see some changes to the landscape of the park as we get ready.
Is there any
to start
popcorn
our
left
prep.
on the floor there when you?
I don't know. There might have been some critters in there. From that.
Karen, what was your role?
I've been on the rec commission for 25 years, and then when Little League, when we developed the new field at Legacy Field, it was always our dream to repurpose Kelcha Park for a neighborhood park.
Okay. And Mike Barnum, talk to me about your involvement.
What I did, Paul, is I about 3 years ago, I came in front of the council and talked to Therese, and what we did was I wanted to see if we could have a splash pad, and I wanted to do it in memory of my brother because he was a police chief and a police officer, and he did a lot of stuff in the community for the kids, and I just thought this would be something nice for that. And so I went ahead and they told me about Kelcha Park, and I said that is the best place to put that.
Great idea. So it's community involvement, community people, community plant. It's just a great thing happening.
Agreed. Again, as I said earlier, Cargill's honored to be able to work with the city and fund this project. It's in the shadow of our building. A lot of our employees
Yeah.
play baseball.
Yeah.
They can remember, getting their first hit and being in Little League teams.
Yeah.
And so when we walked around the plant and told people we were doing this, people were pretty excited. They had a lot of questions about what was going on here. So.
Well, thank you. As a citizen of the city, thank you so much for your support and your continued support. Great company for city involvement. We appreciate it very much. Anybody else got a comment? Oh, okay.
If I could, Paul, I wanted to say something. I really and truly believe this town is blessed. There is so much going on in this town, and you have Cargill that stood up and said, we're going to take this project on. I thought that was fantastic, and I want to tell you one more thing before I end this. On December 11th, I got an email from Stacy Schmida, and she said that they have approved the grant for the splash pad, and I thought that was fantastic. Now what happened is I saw that happened on the day that my brother died 3 years ago.
Oh my God, small world. And
So
Stacy
I
is
think
with
we are
Cargill.
blessed.
Stacy is with Cargill in the home office.
Yeah,
Yep.
in the corporate, yep. So I like I said, this community is blessed, and my family are grateful for what this company has done to stand up and take this on.
Very good. Wow.
Pretty
What-
heartfelt.
Pretty
Yeah.
heartfelt, right? Thank you, sir.
You're very welcome. Nice to meet you.
Thanks. Nice to see you. Okay, very good. Camera 2, you want me to stand in? That's about it for this. Not this edition. We'll be back with our next guest in just a second. Well, we're back with Tyrone Burrell. Wonderful guy. Nice to see you. Welcome back to the Focus Set, sir.
Thanks, Paul.
We had not told him that we moved, and so he ended up over on 6th Street in our old building, which we'd been in for 20 years or so. Moved over here. It's been a nice blessing that we got over here. You never know, as you know, things happen for a reason. And but bring us up to date on Sons. What's going on with Sons?
Well, speaking of things that happen for a reason, we are purchased Harrison School
Yep.
in Port Huron. And it's funny, you look back on the journey and we're looking for places, and this one almost happened, this happened,
Yep.
this almost happened, and it didn't, but this is perfect. So,
Right.
you know,
Beautiful old building.
Yeah. So we're very appreciative to be in there, and it really sets us up for just having greater impact on the lives of kids.
It's a 2-story building, 3-story building?
It's got part of it, the older section is 2 stories.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll utilize the whole facility?
We're utilizing the whole facility. We do have some other partners that are in there
good.
currently. So
Good.
we've got the Port Huron Area School District still does the get your degree GED program
All right.
and robotics. We have a homeschool network group that rents out a room, and we're looking probably community mental health to
Oh, wonderful.
take some spaces.
Wonderful.
But we're growing, so I'm telling my board, hold up, because our programs are growing too, you know.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
So, but you have a capital campaign. How long have you had the building?
Since May, end of May. Yeah.
So it's going to need some fix up, clean up, paint up kind of thing?
Yeah. So we are doing all the little itty bitty things that we can do now. And then in the spring, you know, after the campaign and after a significant grant we receive for renovations, we'll get to the major stuff.
Let's go back 3 or 4 steps. And for somebody that doesn't know anything about Sons outreach, let's talk about Sons. Well, how'd you get
Okay.
it started? Where you've been there 20 years probably.
31.
31. Okay. Time when you're having fun, time goes by.
Yeah. Started 1992. I had been involved in youth ministry for years, got married, couple kids, stepped back, concentrate on the family. And one day I was woke up from my job as a city firefighter for Port Huron, and I felt the Lord had impressed upon my heart, go to the local high school. And I'm like, no, I don't think so. 1992, a lot of gang banging, drug dealing, Rodney King incident. So there was a lot of tension.
Yeah.
And I said, really, Lord, I don't speak the language of the kids. I'm not down with it. And the impression that I received in my heart was everybody understands the language of love.
Oh, great.
So I went up to that local high school, and over a period of 2-3 months, struck up a relationship with 6 or 7 boys. And what they most had in common was no father. Maybe they'd been in a little bit of trouble. But I asked them what they were aspiring to and how could I be of any assistance. And they said they like to make the high school team, basketball.
Oh, okay.
And I said, hey guys,
We can do it.
yeah, stay out of trouble, get your grades up, do your best. They were good athletes too. I came after the first practice and said, how'd it go? And they're like, we got cut. and I had experience working with Mr. Jones, a legend in Port Huron, at the James R. Leonard Center, helping out him with basketball. And I told them, I'll get you a basketball league. I thought about it after I made that statement, and I'm like, I don't have money for jerseys and referees, but it was something that needed to be done. I talked to a friend at one of the local banks, and he said, Tyrone, you should start an organization, send some letters to some businesses, and we did that. That same night, the name SONS came to me, and it's an acronym for Save Our Neighborhoods and Streets, and 2 scriptures, Malachi 4:6, that says, unless I turn the hearts of the fathers to the children and the hearts of the children to the fathers, the earth will be smitten with a curse. And then the other verse was Romans 8:19, the whole creation groans for the manifestation of the sons of God. So I take that to be this. The relationship that children have with fathers is so important, because that Malachi verse is the last verse of the Old Testament, and then there's 400 years of silence. So you got to know that's got to be important if it's the last verse. And then the other verse in Romans was, hey, the trees, the streets, the roads are waiting for men to take their place in a right relationship with God, to just be that influence in the earth for positive. So started with 55 kids. It was tough. But our attitude was, if any of these kids end up in prison, we don't want them to have an excuse to say nobody reached out to them.
Great.
So we did end up visiting prison for some years with some of the students, but they knew that we were there for them. They just made some wrong decisions.
Right. As we all do.
We all do. And so it's neat that we have some of their children in our programs. And when the kids, a couple of that got out, and I see them, eyes sparkle when we see each other because they knew we were there for them. So on the flip side, we also don't want a student who's got the potential to be an intern in your office,
Right.
doctor, teacher, lawyer, to not take advantage of that opportunity because nobody showed them the way. So we've got college readiness program,
Oh, wonderful.
vocation and trades programs, and just the whole gamut.
Your population now, you've gone from 5 students to what now? How many people do you serve in a year?
Well, we have served over 20,000 students.
Wonderful, wonderful.
And I can't hardly go, anywhere in Port Huron, but I can be out of town, out of state, and they're my kids, they're all over. So, of course, we had the pandemic.
Yeah.
Now things are getting more ramped up. So we serve about 700, 800 kids directly right now.
Wonderful, wonderful.
But things are even still just getting ramped up.
Right. Well, and the new facility will certainly aid in that, that growth.
Yeah. I don't know if our conversation was going to go this way, but next week, January 16th, we start an after-school program.
Oh, good.
For elementary and middle school students. That's going to be fantastic. We received a significant grant from the Michigan Department of Education.
Oh, great.
So we're talking about feeding them, homework help, tutoring, special electives, field trips. It's going to be incredible.
Good.
Yeah.
Who's eligible to come to that?
Any first or eighth grade student in the world.
In the world?
In the world.
Just not Port Huron schools?
Right, right.
Okay, very good, very good.
And we'll provide transportation to probably 6 schools. And I'm like this, you know, if there's a school that's got 5 or 6 kids, we'll get some transportation there.
Okay.
We pick them up, but the parents have got to, you know, pick them up after the program.
So in the new facility, you got a gym, couple gyms?
We got a gym, large cafeteria, 24 classrooms, media center. Yeah.
But you could use some money.
Money is always good. I think someone said it answers all things. It answers a lot of things.
And it causes trouble too.
Yep.
But you do have a capital campaign that's going on.
Right. And
how do people reach you? How do they write a check?
Okay. They can go to our website, sonsoutreach.org, or they simply can put old-fashioned way, Post Office Box 610385, Port Huron, Michigan.
Okay, 6103885. Now let her do that again. 6103885,
Port Huron, Michigan.
Port Huron, and that's 48060.
48061
61
dash
dash
0385.
0385.
And you know,
Lots of numbers, but
and I say this too, we don't just want people's checks. Come and see us. So the building is the old Harrison School, 55 15th Street. So come and see us, shake our hands, let us give you a tour of what's going on. We've got a beautiful wood shop in there.
oh really?
We do vocation and trades. Our kids do welding. Just incredible.
That's a great story.
Yeah, so I'll say, folks, come visit us.
The wood thing really is interesting because there's not many people doing wood.
Yeah.
And to teach that is wonderful.
Yeah.
As a hobby or as a job.
Yeah. Well, and it gives kids a taste of something they might not have experienced.
Right.
And especially if, you know, a kid is dexterous and wants to do things with their hands. We've got all kind of saws and lathes and planers and whatnot. And we haven't lost any fingers, We stress the safety. And we got great volunteers, Bruce Clark, Steve Bricker, Matt Albright, and a team of volunteers that just do a great job. Welding, we do field trips, and we took the kids on a field trip to Blue Water Controls.
Yep.
They got excited. I talked to Mr. Wolf there,
Yep.
and he said, you know, there's another welder in town that possibly could do some teaching with your kids. So S Custom Weld, he recommended, Matt Stableford, and we just started with a little exposure. Now we've done 4 10-week iterations.
Oh, wonderful.
We've got kids
wonderful.
who have got some certifications.
Oh, wonderful.
And Matt was telling me, you know, in the summer, he's got a big contract coming up, and he's going to hire 2 of those kids.
Oh, wonderful.
So organically, some things are growing,
Yeah.
and we hope to do that in other fields, whether it's HVAC and whatnot. But yeah.
Important work, very important work.
Yeah.
Tyrone Burrell, you're quite a guy, my friend. It's nice to see you again. We'll have you back again sooner than we did the last time.
The next
We'll
time
get
you
the
move,
right-
next time you move.
No, we'll get you the right address this time. But thanks for coming in. And again, give the people the site, the website. It's
Yep, sonsoutreach.org, and
all the information's there and
Yeah.
the location, et cetera, et cetera.
right,
So
right.
thanks for coming.
All right.
We'll be back with our next guest in just a second. Joining us now is the president of the St. Clair Chamber of Commerce with some exciting news and even fireworks news.
You know, it's going to be fantastic this year,
Brian
Paul.
Ulatowski, welcome back.
Thank you for having me again.
You've got a big weekend coming up, which is called Ice Bazzar.
Yep.
What's that about?
This is our 4th annual Ice Bazzar. We started out with a few ice carvings. 4 years ago, I think we had 11. We are now up to 41 ice carvings.
41.
And that's due to our local businesses. So
Yeah.
that means we had 41 sponsors of this event, which was absolutely wonderful to see. We're going to have ice couches this year.
Ice couches.
Hamlin Pub is doing a couple ice couches. You got War Water doing an ice bar. You have La Fontaine doing a king's chair. So there's going to be many things for the whole family to do.
Great photo ops.
Oh, it's going to be fantastic. And a majority of it is on that Saturday. It starts Friday. A lot of the carvings will be done. They'll be out for you to see. But Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock and through probably midnight, there's going to be something happening all day long.
It's the 18th.
19th, 20th, and 21st. So Thursday through Sunday on there. But Saturday is the day that you want to be down there.
Okay. Any admission charge?
No admission.
Wait a minute.
There.
Wait a minute.
This is on the chamber and all of the locals to come and enjoy. And it's a family atmosphere. It's absolutely wonderful.
Are you going to have some bands too?
We are going to have an 80s band. This year we kind of did something a little different. It's called Sunset Boulevard. So in the courtyard, we're going to have a big tent. So we are having a 30 by 60 tent with the band underneath there to try to keep people a little bit warmer.
Okay.
On there. And that's going to be from 4 to 8 with the band. And then we have a speed carving show. That's going to start at 6 o'clock. So
what's a speed carving show?
We've got the 4 carvers are now going to go up on stage and do a speed carving, and the audience gets to pick who wins.
Okay.
On there. So that usually takes about 45 minutes.
Yeah.
We also have face painting on there. That's going to be located in War Water, and that's from 2 to 5, and that's also free to the kids. And that line gets kind of long, so they're going to be sitting there for a while. On there. So it's just a fun-filled weekend.
It's good planning to get the families involved.
Yes.
And when you get the families involved and the kids involved, it's a success.
This has been a success. I believe this is turning into our biggest event.
Really?
Yeah. And then the finale, of course, is the fireworks.
What time would that be, dusk?
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, so we're going a little bit later just to make sure we have enough time for people to get there. Last year we did them a little bit earlier, and some people missed them.
I heard something at City Council last Monday night.
Yes.
That you're closing the road.
On Saturday from 6 until whatever time we need it to, due to the fact that we have the tent there.
Yeah.
And we have a lot of people coming out to this. We want to make sure that there's enough room so they're able to go into the street to watch the fireworks and not be worried about any cars driving through. So
Wonderful.
The families can be out there. So that was a great thing.
Cooperation with the city.
They
the
did
state.
It was a great thing that they helped us out with. So I think it's just going to make it that much bigger for years to come.
So the 18th through the 21st, or the 21st.
Yep.
The fireworks are Saturday,
the 20th.
The 20th.
At 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Yep.
And the fireworks show is similar to the one we see in 4th of July?
It is. It's about 28 minutes long.
Wow.
And the difference is the ones during the summer that the city does are fantastic. They're very high up.
Right.
These don't need to be so high up because the trees have no leaves. So I get off on a little less cost, but it's absolutely a beautiful thing to see.
I've never heard that before.
So we're looking at it in a different way.
It doesn't cost less to shoot the fireworks. No, you can tell me a lot of stories, but I
can't get that one. Doesn't fly.
No, that one doesn't fly.
So it's just a great scene to see, and it's just I love to see the crowd, and that's when I know that it's a complete success. I turn around and look at the crowd, and there's thousands of people. So we're hoping for even more thousands of people now that we're able to go out in the street this year.
Okay. If I need more information, we've got the flyer. I think put that up on the air before, but there it is.
Yep.
The Ice Bazzar, and it's the 18th through the 21st. A family event, and don't miss it.
No, don't miss it.
No admission.
No admission.
Just
no reason not to come on down, have fun on there. So thank you again.
Mr. Ulatowski, always a pleasure.
I appreciate it.
As I've said before, see you soon.
Yes, you will.
Stay warm. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Till next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.